Okay, well, I mean, the Engineering Development Trust as a whole, we cover a whole host of different opportunities, so there is pretty much something for everybody. Any teacher that would like to get involved, as I say, because of the continued work we do with other subsidiaries and our supporters, including the College of Teachers, we really can enrich the teachers as well as the students' experience and just do something in a different way, and it really will benefit everyone concerned. Our statistics say that, but more importantly, the teachers and the students say that to our faces as well. For example, I think last year it was 96% of the students taking part in Go for Set said they would like to take part again. 94% of the teachers said that they really thought it was beneficial to not only to the students but also to their own CPD. And 92% of the mentors thought it was from industry as well, really beneficial to their CPD, but also the relationships they were making with students for their future workforce, but also the teachers as a strengthening community relationship as well. And we also have the fantastic figure of 51% of our students going through Go for Set last year were female, which is something we're very, very proud of. Well, obviously, I work for the Engineering Development Trust. I am responsible for education liaison and communicating with the customers up in the north of England. So my particular responsibilities are with one of our younger schemes, Go for Set, and I hold a national position with that as well. So the national champion, which is a policing guidance role for Go for Set as well. I do, yes. Lots of teachers across lots of different types of schools, and then obviously liaising with my colleagues, with the teachers and their responsibilities across the rest of the country, really, as well as Scotland as well. Well, I mean, at the moment, obviously, we're recruiting for all sorts of our schemes. So we're working across the board with all of the Engineering Development Trust schemes, and there are now 7 of them. So we're working with teachers across all sorts of different age groups, across all sorts of different types of schools, and different responsibilities, really. So we have our younger programmes where they're more scheme event orientated, so open industry in first edition, where it's more of a one-off, one-day event. And then more of our project management schools, which are the Go for Set and the Engineering Education Scheme. And that's a little bit more demanding from the teachers, because obviously they're part of the team, they're really working as part of that team. And whether that's part of the curriculum or not, it's extra responsibility for them. And obviously that's where the relationship with the College of Teachers comes in very, very well, because not only can we offer them the CPD training through all 4 of those programmes, with the accreditation as well, it's the CPD plus the accreditation, so it really is worthwhile for the teachers taking part. And then we have our other schemes, Head Start and Here in Industry, which are very much focused at the individual students, but obviously the teacher is absolutely essential in guiding them, whether it's putting them forward, suggesting the schemes, informing them about the schemes, and then guiding them through the application processes. We work with absolutely everybody. Our schemes tend to cover different types of schools, different age ranges as well. Traditionally, our older programmes tend to be not aimed, but they are traditionally attractive to sort of grammar schools, high achieving schools, independent schools. But our younger programmes are very much spread across the board, and our aim not at that first edition in particular is obviously first in family, thinking of university. So we do cover all schools, all teachers, everybody. I would think so, mainly because I think, especially through our kind of hands-on programmes, and all the programmes because they're out of the school environment, the teacher is seen in a different light by the students because they're out of school, but also because it's part of the team environment. The teachers are part of the team, they are working with the team, they're guiding, they become a little bit different from the stereotypical teacher at school. So they do get to know the students probably a little bit better, and I have a lot of teachers saying to me, that particular student's come on so well through this programme because they started off a little bit shy, they don't necessarily know the other students in the team, and the teacher really is part of that, so they get to know them a lot more. Indeed, I mean, our GovSet programme is actually written into the curriculum, so that is given with the input of an actual company contact, as is the engineering education scheme. So the teacher is working with that mentor from industry, and they together can share ideas. That's one of the strengths in it for both the company and the schools. They share and get knowledge of each other. So someone working in industry can understand what's being taught in the schools and can hopefully have an influence on that, and the vice versa with the teachers can learn from what's actually happening in a real life job situation for industry and take that back to the classroom. Hands-on on the job and as early as possible. I mean, this is the entire point behind all of the EDT's programs, is to get what the classroom does very, very well, and really embrace that and enhance it by experiencing that in the real world. So whether that's through a day release system or through an actual project management system such as in the EES and Go for Set programme, or then sample of university and then a real live job through the year in industry, it's just enhancing what the teachers are already doing, and giving those students the best opportunity possible for them to go on to continue hopefully within the STEM world to further education and higher education, and then hopefully into employment in the STEM world. And then we hope those students that have benefited from us can feed back then and give other young people those opportunities as well. Oh, very much so. There's one particular teacher comes to mind, a gent who has been working with the engineering education scheme for about 23 years now, at a school in Clitheroe up in Lancashire. And he has very much learnt from this and built very strong relationships with the local company in Clitheroe, because it's not necessarily the largest of places, and the contacts they can have are very, very limited. But through the engineering education scheme, one of the students that took part in it started to work in this company and actually mentioned to the company about taking part again, got in touch with his old teacher, and that relationship's been going now for about 8 to 9 years, which is absolutely fantastic. And it just means the school have benefited because they've got better links across, and it is an 11 to 18-year-old school. So they've got better links for work experience in the younger ages, as well as then the engineering education scheme, which is always a fantastic project with the company involved. I think it has, yes. Our schemes have become a lot more open to, more universal, open to a number of different schools, a number of different students, as well as the demand has been a lot more recently, because it's no longer a situation 10 years ago the numbers going to university was completely different to the numbers going to university now. And therefore students are making informed decisions, as the teachers have always told them. Experience is brilliant. So one of our older programs, the Year in Industry, is really going from strength to strength because of that. It's an alternative mechanism. Well, definitely growing. Certain schemes, some of our new schemes, Go for Set, Open Industry First Edition, they are very, very popular at the moment. And we're getting all sorts of different changes with the changing curriculum that we have, with the changing world of education, with the new qualifications, with the new educational establishments such as the university technical colleges. They're all fitting, EDT's schemes fit very well into all of those new concepts. Probably more so than many others as well, because of the work experience and because everything we do in EDT links schools and students with a real life company situation. So all the push from the government and all the push from local government as well to get industry involved in education and development of teachers so they understand a little bit more, they can use our schemes as that mechanism to do so, which is working very, very well. So we will be increasing our numbers very much so, I can imagine. Well, the best place is the website, www.etrust.org.uk, and that is the home website for the Engineering Development Trust, and all of our 7 programmes are on there. So there's links to regional setups, so you can contact a regional member of staff, the North, Midlands, South West, South East, and also Scotland, or just send a general email through and we will get back to you, and then we can organise either a meeting, a chat, and see how we go forward.